A major debt collector filed lawsuits against tens of thousands of people in Arizona in the last 3 years, even while they were facing millions of dollars in penalties for violating consumer rights around the country. One woman who was sued thinks they got her debt all wrong, and now she's fighting back.
It's not my debt. So I don't know if this has to do with fraud, credit fraud, or what. And it's not just me. There's other people. Other people need to know how to fight them. And I'd love to be able to do that.
So joining us now for the backstory is 12 News journalist Katie Wilcox. Katie, she was talking about, other people fighting back. And, how widespread are these lawsuits?
So what we know right now is that as many as 1 in 5 people actually have debt in collections, and a good number of those are going to end up in lawsuits. So the latest research that I've been looking at shows between 2 and 4 million debt collection lawsuits are filed every single year. And these are over pretty small claims. A lot of these are going to be between $1,500 to $2,000. Ann Munoz was sued over $2,700. Right, so they're not that huge, so it's hard to get an attorney, it's hard to get representation, and usually that's going to end up as a win for the debt collector.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in debt $2,700 or so, it's going to cost thousands just to, get an attorney for all the fees and everything like that.
It absolutely can, and we did speak to a researcher who has been looking at this across the country. And
our best estimate around the country is somewhere between 60 and 70% of all of these lawsuits end in a default judgment. And typically that's an automatic win for the plaintiff, and typically that's an automatic win with no judicial review of the case or the sort of validity of the case.
Okay, so when he's talking about those staggering numbers, what can someone do if they're being sued by a debt collector?
So what you're supposed to do is absolutely respond. I think a lot of people originally look at this and think that this could be a scam. It could be fraud. Maybe they don't recognize the name of this debt collector. But you need to respond to these and take it seriously, because it could otherwise result in that kind of automatic, or what we were talking about, those default judgments. But the researchers that we talked to also want to see better laws across the country. They want to see state lawmakers step up, and the state courts themselves be able to really review these cases and verify the legitimacy and authenticity.
Yeah, it's not just the victim's fight. I mean, everybody really has to come together for all of this.
They're seeing a lot of problems in these cases. Obviously, that company has already been fined millions of dollars for violating consumer rights. So this is an issue that should be brought to the attention not only of the courts, but of the state legislature.
All right, Katie, thank you so much.